Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Venerable SR and I have something to say. So thank you all for watching my videos, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys today because I have a lot of information and exciting things I want to talk to you guys about, because a lot of you may wonder, like, where did I get my YouTube name from? I don't look like someone who would be talking about a cosmic spider web, but I like science. I love science, and I'll talk to you guys about that in another video. But today, I want to talk about UFOs, unidentified flying objects, and extraterrestrial beings, other forms of life living amongst us, if that's what you want to call it. But you know, there's so much that I want to talk about and I will talk about. And you know, I'm not the only person who observed things in the night sky as well as the day sky. I'm not the only person who observed things like this. But me and my son, we saw like two flying objects in the sky. They were both white, and they were both standing directly, not standing, I'm sorry, they were both directly next to each other. And from where, we're all the way down here, but where we could see them, they were like further up in the sky, but they were still visible enough for us to see the color and the shape. So they weren't, if they were to be lowered, I'm sure they would be massive. But by the image, like what we saw, they were like small, but they weren't like super tiny like a bird or anything. They were a nice size. So and they were white. They were white, and we saw them in the day sky. And I'm a stargazer. I love to stare and look at stars in the night. I have to get a telescope as well. I mean, I've been wanting one since I was a little girl. Like, I've always wanted a really cool telescope. But I can see a lot of things with my naked eye. I can see a lot of things with my naked eye, but it would be awesome to see things more closer, that I see in the night sky as well as the day sky. So there's many things I've seen. I remember one time I had a boyfriend in middle school, and I used to sneak over to see him. And he lived in a much peaceful neighborhood than I lived in, and I would sneak over to see him, and we would hang out on his porch, because his grandparents, he lived with his grandparents as well, so we had a lot of things in common. And his grandparents, they didn't allow like anyone in, but they liked me, so they started to get to know me, and they allowed me in because they knew I wasn't like a fast girl trying to get pregnant by their grandson and all that stuff. So they allowed me in. I started going inside, and we would watch movies and things like that. That's all. We were kids. We were young. We weren't thinking about anything else. But one day I was on his porch, me and him. We just had walked from Papa John's. We had got pizza and wings, and I saw something in the sky. I saw it, like, it was really quick though. I saw, like, it looked like brown. It looked like a brown spaceship, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. It was round, and I saw it, and I took my eyes off it really quick just to tell him to look. And by the time I looked back up with him, it was gone. It was gone. It was nowhere in sight. It was not an airplane. It was not a helicopter. It was a UFO. And he knew that I wasn't lying, because like he could tell. Like, I mean, come on, we never talked about stuff like this at that time. I knew, like, I watched movies about aliens and stuff like that, but I never like saw any thing like that. And and I'm just now seeing things now that I'm more spiritually aware, and My son, he's spiritually aware as well. Like he sees things as well, and I'm happy that some things that I've seen, he saw with me. So it's not like I saw it alone. And I had another friend who's seen things with me as well. Um, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with Richard E. Byrd. He was a naval officer, and you may know him by Admiral Byrd. And he was a naval officer. He was an explorer, and he was one of the first to explore the North and the South Pole. And during his trip in Antarctica, he discovered a hidden city. And when he described this city as a shimmering rainbow crystal city. And he also talked about in his diary about an encounter he had with another being, and they spoke about the being told him, like, you know, we don't like what's happening above us. We don't like, you know, the atomic bombs and the weapons that are being formed. We don't like it. And he told him to deliver these messages back to, you know, humanity. And you know, it was a very pleasant experience for him, because like he was so shocked that he actually discovered something like this that he had no idea exists in Antarctica. Like it was very tropical. It was not uh, filled with ice and snow, and you know, it was a completely different world. And when he got back to base, he you know, when he wanted to talk to, he wanted to, excuse me, he wanted to tell the world about what he experienced, but he was told by authorities in higher places to not say anything and to keep quiet, because they didn't want to frighten anyone. And you know, I don't know who's frightened. I don't know who they're trying to protect, because clearly, if they wanted to do something, they could have done it already. They could have done it already. I mean, I've seen things in the night sky. I even reached my hand up and told these beings, like, I would see things flying. I would say, please come get me, because I'm so sick of this place. You know, I'm so sick of this place. If these beings wanted to hurt us, they would have done it already. They would have done it already. I honestly feel that they feel sorry for us. And I feel like when they're looking down and they see humans, they see slaves. That's all. I think they see slaves, and they feel very bad for us. And you know, I feel they don't want to come down, because I feel like if they were to come down, I feel like it would be a huge war. And I feel like the government officials wouldn't care how many humans get killed, as long as they take them out. And if they had to use a bomb, a nuclear bomb, they would. I don't feel that they are protecting us. I don't feel that they're protecting us. I feel they're protecting their lives, because, you know, they want to keep so much hidden, because they've lied so much. You know, everything is going to fall on them. They put all these things in movies to make us feel like these beings are dangerous, and they're scary and evil, and uh, they want to abduct us. And I feel a strong presence right now. So whenever my voice gets shaky, guys, just know that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And I feel that they are protecting their lives, and they're protecting information that we should know about. Like, why are we in a world where we don't know half of what's going on? Like, we're not alone in this world. Admiral Byrd discovered this hidden city in Antarctica where we can't even go, and I wonder why. He discovered this hidden city in Antarctica, which is a place that are only used by like scientists, archaeologists, people who are in those fields. You know, we can't go there. We don't have access to Antarctica, and that should tell you something right there. And imagine how many other places that have not been discovered. I mean, there's places in Vietnam and other places across the universe that we haven't seen or aren't, you know, allowed to visit because of things that, you know, they don't want us to see and know about, and which, you know, I don't understand why they don't want us to know about these things. Guys, look at these nosy birds. I don't know if I could change the camera. I don't know if I could change the camera, but you know, I think birds are spies. I really do. I think that some of them are spies, not all of them, but these two birds have been sitting here listening to me since I started talking. It's so hilarious. I really want to show you guys because that's how funny this is. Let me see if I can show you guys. I don't know what's wrong with my freaking phone. It's like I can't show you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do a short if they're still here. I'm gonna do a short. But you know, he talked about these things, and he was told to keep quiet. And this is a very, you know, intelligent man. This isn't, you know, someone who's a psychic or anything like that. This is this is a normal guy who's in the force, and he discovered things that, you know, he never knew existed. And there's a lot that we don't know about, and like I said, there's a lot that we will never know because it's been hidden. A lot of things have been hidden from us because, you know, they say they don't want to frighten us, but honestly, I don't feel that we'll be frightened. I feel that we'll be more, people will be awake. They will awake. I don't feel like it has anything to do with frightening us, because look at everything we hear every day on the news. That's frightening us. Everything that we see people going through on a daily basis is frightening. So what could be more frightening than that? What could be more frightening than seeing police beat people half to death? What could be more frightening than children and people disappearing? What could be more frightening than other human beings eating other human beings? You know, what could be more frightening than what we're already experiencing on a day-to-day basis and seeing with our own eyes? What could be more frightening than that? If these beings wanted to hurt us, guys, we would have been hurt a long time ago. Like I told you, the people who are in high places can't even get to another planet. They can't get to another place. I don't know how many times I have to keep saying this. They can't get anywhere but here. Hi, Miss Sylvia. They can't get anywhere but here. So what makes you think that, um, you know, what makes you think that they can protect us against beings who could get to point A and point B in the speed of light? What makes you think that they can protect us against something like that? They cannot. They cannot. There's no explanation for things I've seen with my naked eye in the night sky, like all the time. It's not a plane. It's not it's not a cellulite. It's not in a helicopter. It's not. They don't move like that, and they don't disappear that quick. And it doesn't even look like you're looking at a red or light or anything, because you know some helicopters, you see them in the night sky, they have like a red light or something on it. No, it just looks like you're looking at a star. But it's like moving past the stars, like it's speeding past the stars. It's not a star. And you know, I feel like we should know a lot of things that we don't know about. And it's very important for us to know about these things because like I said, we live in this world. We should know about this world. Like, who wants to die not knowing a lot of things that, you know, about the world they lived in, you know? So, you know, thank God for my spiritual gifts, and thank God for enlightenment and awakening, and thank God for my dark night of the soul, because I really appreciate it. And there's so much that we have to learn about. There's so much that we have to learn about, and there's so much that's here that we have to see. And slowly but surely, you know, it's being revealed. We're starting to see a lot of things that, you know, we overlooked because we weren't awake. We weren't spiritually aware. and now we're starting to awaken because, you know, we're in a place where we're forced to. We have no choice but to go within because there's so much going on. You know, we found ourselves isolated into ourselves, and when you're isolated, you know, that's when you receive a lot of downloads from the Most High. So thank you guys for watching my channel, and just know that God loves you, the universe loves you, and I love you to the cosmos and back. And I look forward to talking to you soon. And I hope that this message reaches whom it needs to reach. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. But also, I want to introduce you guys to my new crystals that I bought. I love crystals. You do? Oh my. Okay. This is my neighbor. You can't see her, but her name is Miss Sylvia. She's from Bolivia. So she's from a very spiritual.
I'm opening the store.
You are opening the store?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I'll put a little note under your door.
Okay, please do.
I'll give you the crystals.
Okay, please. Yeah. Oh my gosh, please. So, Miss Sylvia, she's my neighbor, and she's from Bolivia. And I didn't know much about Bolivia, but I did a lot of research, and Bolivia is a very spiritual place, and it has a lot of ancient information and things like that. You know, people go to Bolivia and they discover a lot of things that are there. Like Bolivia have hidden places as well. Like just like, you know, there's been, if you watch a lot of documentaries about hidden islands and hidden worlds and other tribes who are, you know, cut off from the rest of the world. There's a lot of things about that. Bolivia is a very, I would love to travel to Bolivia. That's one of the places that I really want to travel to. But anyways, this is an angel light egg. I know I was going to get off, but you know, I thought Miss Sylvia was going to be in my video, but she was just throwing her dog's poop bag in the trash can. So this is one of my new crystals. This is an angel light egg, and it's a very beautiful angel light egg. And I've been wanting angel light for a long time, and I just discovered this store not far from my house, and this man, he sells crystals. So I bought this crystal. I've also bought an amethyst necklace from him. It's a very beautiful amethyst necklace. I can try to get closer to show you guys. It's very beautiful. And I also have a tourmalated crystal, which is very beautiful. It looks like my dog because I have a sheepadoodle, so she's like white with black spots. Like so it's really beautiful. Like there's so many other crystals I want, but you know, they're expensive. Crystals aren't cheap, and I wish, you know, people would understand that crystals are not cheap. They're very expensive. And slowly but surely I'm going to get more crystals. And you just heard Miss Sylvia, she's opening her store soon, and she has crystals, and she wants to give me some crystals. So I would be happy to receive her crystals, and also to you know, cleanse them, because you know, before I bring anything into my house, I have to cleanse them, because I don't know what energy that's attached to them before given to me, because I will have to make sure that these crystals are cleansed before they come into my home. So I'm so happy that I got to talk to you guys today, and I hope you guys research Richard E. Byrd and find out more information about him. But you will not find information about his diary, the things that he experienced in Antarctica, because this is things that he was told not to talk about. And whoever discovered his diary released that information because he was told not to. And you know, people who hold information, they're not, and they're a part of, like, you know, the Air Force and like the Army, the military. They can express things that they've seen, just like you. There's a lot of pilots who are coming out about things they've seen while you know, in Antarctica. And some of them walked away from their positions because they feel like people should know about these things. And there was one lady, she's a pilot, and she actually saw two she actually saw one really massive UFO, and she wasn't alone. She was with another pilot who also saw the same thing that she saw, and they described them as two, not two. I keep thinking of what me and my son saw. They described them as one massive tic tac, a massive white tic tac, but it was moving at a, it was moving. It wasn't any kind of object that, you know, we would see on a day-to-day basis. This was something that was not, cannot be explained. And they talked about that. So guys, please research. And these things are things that are being made up. People who are intelligent are seeing these things, you know, so don't, you know. And a lot of people see things and they don't speak out about it because they don't want to be looked at as crazy, so they just won't say anything. But you know, the lady, she talked about it. She said, if I was to see this by myself, I would have never mentioned it, but because I have a witness and someone else was there who saw it with me, that's the only reason why I'm talking about it. And the man who saw it with her, he also walked away from his position. And these were pilots in the Navy, who saw these things. Okay, so guys, please do your research and please wake up and, you know, go outside in the night sky and in the day and look up for once. You know, I walk around and I see people, they never look up. They're just looking like they're just robots. Guys, we have to be aware of what's around us, and we're not alone in this world. And you know, they're revealing themselves to us. They don't want us to be scared of them. They don't. And honestly, I don't feel they want to hurt us. If they wanted to hurt us, they would have hurt us a long time ago. Their technology is much more advanced than our leaders could ever create. You know, they, you know, I don't believe they went to the moon. I just don't. I mean, you know, if that's ignorant, if I sound ignorant, I'm sorry, but I don't believe they made it to the moon. If they did, why can't they get there again? You know, they talk about, you know, it's a big budget, it's really expensive, and supposedly the craft that was created demolished, or you know, it's just too much with them. They can't get anywhere. If you ask me, they can't get anywhere. They haven't been anywhere. All they're doing is watching from afar, and they're not really seeing anything from there either. It seems to be these beings are much more advanced than humans could ever be, and that's why the things that are being seen cannot be explained in words, in earthly words, because it's not an earth, is not a man-made object. You know, we can't even comprehend what, you know, these things are. So guys, we have to really wake up. We have to really wake up, and we have to really wake up soon, because you know, I'm telling you these things because when these beings do reveal themselves, you won't be shocked. You know, you won't be shocked. And the reason that a lot of people are scared because of the movies that Hollywood make. They make these movies about beings, and the beings are abducting humans and taking their heads off, taking their body parts. These beings do not want our body parts. They do not want to abduct us. They want us to wake up. They want us to wake up, and that's why they're revealing themselves to certain people. And, you know, these are beings of light. These are beings of light, and they're very intelligent. So I love you guys, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. And just know that God loves you, the universe loves you, and I love you to the cosmos and back. Bye.